and welcome back to Cover 2 Credits. We are your hosts. I'm Kevin.
I'm Justin.
And as you know, we will bring you the latest news, reviews, and various things in media. Today we're going to be rocking superheroes. TV superheroes. Not to be confused with movie superheroes, which are also not to be confused with comic book superheroes. Today, only TV.
And truthfully, only DC.
Only DC. Since Marvel doesn't really have a show, well,
They
there's
do.
some new shows.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and when's the next one on Netflix come out?
Jessica Jones is sometime, I believe, in November.
Soon.
Looks pretty
Anyway,
good.
but basically we're going to be rocking the DC superheroes, Arrow, Flash, and Sarah's supposed to talk about Gotham.
Listen. I'll get to that.
Okay.
By the way, second week of Arrow and Flash of the new season. Is it third? Oh, it is third. You're right. I stand corrected. Third week of Arrow and Flash.
You know, for being our comic book
dude.
superhero guy, you're
Listen,
not really on the ball.
I compiled last night and watched all three of the shows.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, okay, and didn't think about what week it was. I apologize. However, I've seen all of them. Third week of the season, we're going to quickly do a Flash and Arrow, and then I will briefly cover Gotham, because I am the only one between the two of us that watch it.
I really want to watch it. It's on my list of things to watch, but every time I go to watch it, I end up watching something else.
I'll get to why you should watch it. But we'll start with Flash.
So Flash.
Alright. Right now, what do you think? Are you liking the way things are going? You're not?
I don't know. How was it? The first episode didn't really do it for me in Flash. I don't really know why.
The first episode was when... And we are going to do spoilers, obviously. We're 3 weeks in. Was the first episode when Adam smashed it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and was that also when...
That was the depressed Barry phase.
And Papa Flash left?
Mm-hmm.
Which people are still baffled by why. That he's like, I'm out of jail, I'm out! A lot of people online are like, this still confuses me. And like, even to where I think they interviewed Grant Gustin and asked him, and he didn't understand why they instantly had his father leave. Because the entire point of the first season was to exonerate Barry's dad. Once that happened, then he's just poof. And my wonder is that to get him out of the way for like a different story? But I'm like, it just seemed really weird. Did it seem weird to you or no?
I'm guessing it's contract stuff.
I don't think so though, because the guy that they talked to, that never seems like an issue. I mean, it could be, but I don't know. I like the guy, but I can see that. I hope that's not the issue. I think he'll be back, obviously, at least for time, like a couple different times, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
Other than that, though,
I don't know, the second season of Flash really just hasn't done it for me yet.
to me, I like. Well, that's also because you don't like the multiple universe thing.
Well,
multiverse.
that's only a small part of it.
Right now, it's the main part of it.
Yeah, but the whole story is just, right now, is just blah.
There's a lot of things I do like, and a couple I don't. I like Jay Garrick. I like the character. I like the actor
as well.
I don't like how female scientist. So what do you think should have been the love interest? What's her name? I just totally drew a blank. Cisco and yeah, she is, but Caitlin. Caitlin. I don't like how this is 6 months after her husband got sucked into the other dimension again and died again, Ronnie, and now she's like slowly getting closer to Garrick as much as she can, and like seeming like flirting with him all the time. I get it, but it just seems weird.
6 months is up. That's the guy role. It's okay.
That's fair enough.
It just 6 months and 1 day. You're in.
For some reason, it just seems weird. I do like Cisco developing powers. What did you think of we'll continue through the characters. Joe's been great. Joe's always good. I think the writing for him is good.
Pretty good acting.
Yeah. Iris is hit and miss. I know you're not
As
really.
usual.
I know you really don't like Iris. I get it.
have not been a huge Iris fan.
I think. Well, who else? What do you think?
It's not, like I said, it hasn't really been. I can't point to one specific thing and say I don't like that.
I think
But
the villains
whole
have been good.
feel of the show to me has just not been there.
The
for some
villains,
reason.
the villains and the CG or something other than Adam Smasher's effects. I
Those
think
are pretty fun.
they've been great. But making a guy grow, I mean, I can
That
get
was pretty
it. I can
bad.
get it. You also have to keep remembering, and this is the double-edged sword. One, when they do well, they do very well. I'm like, and they're on a TV budget, so that's awesome.
Mhm.
When they do bad, I think the TV budget shows itself.
They do bad.
Sand Demon was good. They always do Captain Cold well. But Adam Smasher growing was sketchy, and I mean, yeah, it wasn't very good. But what did you think of this week's episode?
Flash. The best one yet, in my opinion.
I like
It
Wentworth.
definitely got me more interested in the next episode.
I
than the previous
like
ones had.
Wentworth Miller a lot. The guy that plays Captain Cold. He's a very cool character. I kind of like seeing him and Flash work together, which is weird, but I like that. Golden Glider is always interesting. She never really know what she's going to do. And then her whole weird relationship with Cisco.
I don't think it's really that weird.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of weird. Because the last time she like seduced him, she ended up also like shooting at him. So now, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting at least. What do you think of the end of the episode? Do you remember what happened at the very end?
No.
Wells came through.
Yeah, that part.
Okay, I'm wondering two things. One, they've already made the connection that the only person that really knows how to use the portals was Zoom. Are they really going to throw the red herring and make it to where Earth 2's Wells is also a bad guy? I'm just throwing that out there.
Maybe it is Zoom.
That's what I mean. To me, though, that seems like they weren't trying very hard.
I would agree.
Like, if they're like, listen, the main baddie from the first one that wore a yellow suit is also going to be the main baddie in the second season who wears a yellow suit.
Kaboom. You did not see that coming. And we're like, yeah, we really did, actually.
And I will say that this, I guess, is a spoiler, but they didn't cast somebody to play Zoom because when Zoom is in his outfit, it's a black face, like dark black, like shadow. So they casted the guy's voice. So maybe they're not going to hint at who's Zoom. Obviously, they're not going to hint at who's Zoom until way down the line. But I don't know. I think I knew that Wells was going to come into play because I knew Tom Cavanaugh was still on the show, which I like. I like him. Hopefully, he's good. I thought it was cool how Jay Garrick and Kate built the speed cannon. That was interesting. What do you think of the professor turning blue? Half a firestorm professor. He passed out again, went flame on, and then flame on went Sub-Zero and turned blue, and I don't know.
Apparently the next episode's going to be about that, so.
The
trailer I saw.
I thought that was going to hint something about Ronnie coming back through the portal. Maybe.
So did I.
I don't think that's the way they're going.
I don't know. But no, like I said, it's the first
better.
2 episodes I were not impressed with. The third episode
Listen, I like Sand Demon and the introduction of Jay Garrick in episode 2. I'm hoping the multiverse thing goes well. We'll see. So far, it's progressing.
Don't like multiverse.
Would you agree progressing?
Yes, it's progressing.
Arrow. Characters first. Oliver, same.
He's all over.
But he is always. Stephen Amell always does that well. So there's no complaints there. Diggle. I don't like grumpy, depressed Diggle at the beginning of this. Like, no, I don't want to play with you. It's kind of what it was.
He's got a point.
But now, as time has progressed, they kind of forced their hand this episode about that relationship. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Felicity definitely done a lot.
She definitely did.
An unfelicity moment.
She definitely did. There are so many things going on. I still think she's not the one in the grave at the end of the first episode.
I think she has to be.
Do you think she has to be?
You have to kill her off.
I don't think you do. I think
Oliver can't be Oliver if he has a happy and going well relationship.
What I also thought was weird.
He needs to be with crazy chicks who always need to be doing horrible things. That's
well, two things I thought was strange. One,
Felicity's got to go.
The end of the last episode, he announced he was running for mayor. They talked nothing about that.
They really did. I think the next episode, maybe?
I hope so. What did you think of Double Down? This episode.
I thought that was a pretty freaking stupid superhero.
I was wondering, and I'm like, I don't know. It just seemed...
That is a pretty freaking pointless superhero power.
It just reminded me of Gambit without the exploding cards.
Except would have been cool.
Except he pulls them off his skin. That effect was cool. When he pulled the card off the tattoo, I was like, that looked okay. But I'm like, man, like...
How did he learn to throw them?
You heard how he got that, right? How he got that. He was getting a tattoo as that thing exploded. I don't know. I don't know how he learned to throw them, but he learned to throw them extremely well.
Pointless superhero.
What do you think of Laurel so far this season?
I guess. Laurel, I don't know. Laurel, I always liked Laurel.
I didn't mind Laurel when she was AD Laurel. I liked her
a lot in the first season. The second season...
When she was training and just getting her ass handed to her?
The second season when she was all like being drunk and like having problems and like being...
Yes, it was character development, but it seemed really weird.
Yeah, it was a little forced.
Yeah. This season,
Third season, Laurel?
Listen, I still don't... I was extremely surprised with what they showed of Sarah in episode 2.
Uh-huh.
And how they played Sarah, how that all went on in 3.
Uh-huh.
I just am surprised that it happened at all, in theory. I mean, I knew it was coming, but I was still very, very surprised by it. What do you think of Speedy? Thea.
I always liked her as a character.
I do.
And I don't know what they're going to do with her.
It's going to be the same thing they're going to do with Sarah. It's going to be pit corruption. Now you're getting that from Merlin, that it's like a bloodthirst thing that you have to kill. So she's like a weird vampire. You know what I mean?
Quasi-vampire.
Minus drinking the blood.
She needs something though.
I'm
Her character
wondering.
needs something.
Somebody said they wondered if Roy would come back, possibly, but I don't know. It's weird either way. Captain Lance. What do you think? He wasn't really in this episode.
Yeah, he was. When he talked to Damien, which is a whole nother thing. Are they like working together now?
When was that though? I thought that was in the previous, the following one.
That was after the dude kidnapped the mayor's, running for mayor's daughter.
That was episode 2.
That was episode 2?
Yeah, that didn't happen in this last episode.
Anyway, in episode 2, well, I guess it wasn't into it.
Yeah, he wasn't through. The end of one is when you saw they had a relationship. They were talking. 2, he did go back and talk to him, and I believe in the preview for 4, they take Sarah to Dark. What do you think of the mysticism of Damien Dark?
I don't know. I like more powers.
I love the actor. The guy is awesome, and he plays a villain very well.
Doing a good job with it.
So far, I mean, I like the way he's doing things, and I like how he's not hesitating to kill people. And the powers he has seem interesting. Felicity.
Doing excellent so far.
I think so too.
Always one of my favorite characters.
Definitely. It'll be interesting when two developments start to come. One, when she realizes what's going on with her cell phone in this episode. Do you remember that? When she realizes what that, do you know what that is?
Yes, I gotta do.
Yeah, okay. When she realizes what that is, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Two, do you have any idea who her coworker is?
No.
So in the comics, the guy that creates the T-spheres, which you saw, becomes a character named Mr. Terrific, and uses the T-spheres as weapons, but they can do anything he wants. He wills them like with his mind, and they do anything he wants. So the fact that they've made Mr. Terrific in this is kind of an interesting aspect. So I'm wondering what they're going to take that. But, I thought that was funny, and I also didn't expect to see the T-sphere till down the road. But I knew when they were like, he's going to come up with something that's going to revolutionize Palmer Tech. You're like, oh, well, we know what that's going to be, and sure enough.
I had no idea what that was going to be.
Well, because you didn't know who that was, but once everybody kind of put that together, it made sense. Other than that, are there any what do you think overall? What do you think of the way the episodes have been running?
Kind of the same thing with Flash. I didn't really like the first one, and then the second one I thought was better. The third one I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Wondering what's going on the island.
That's cool. I've actually been. I like the island.
I do too. I like it a lot.
Last season I didn't like the flashbacks. This season
like
I
Hong
did
Kong?
like the flashbacks. No, I did not.
The only reason I did like Hong Kong is because I liked the guy he was working with that's also with the League of Assassins. I like that character.
See, I didn't like last season's flashbacks.
Yeah, it is weird.
I like this season's flashbacks though.
And it's going to be interesting to see kind of where it goes. I'm wondering who the big bad is on the island. Because there's always some kind of a larger, somebody in charge that you're going to know or reference. And I'm wondering who that is. But we'll see.
I think it's the guy the guy the assassin was originally working for and got kicked out.
The assassin is in Deathstroke? Or what assassin?
The guy in the second episode. Who got hired to assassinate the mayor.
And
He was originally working for someone, and I can't remember the guy's name.
Who was it
with
though?
an R.
Who was it in the second episode? Who got hired?
The dude who kidnapped the girl. Yeah,
Anarchy. Was working for somebody else?
Uh-huh.
Other than Dark.
Before he was working for Dark, he worked for someone else and got kicked out. That's the guy I think is going to be the tie-in with flashbacks. That's my guess.
I'm trying to remember what they said the name was. Do you remember?
Yeah, they did, but I don't remember what the name
So it
was.
starts
They
with an
definitely
R?
said it. Yeah. They mentioned it multiple times in the episode. I'm assuming it's a bad
It's
guy.
gotta be a
of some
villain,
sort.
something. That makes sense. I'll have to look into that. Okay. So now, I'm going to throw out a pitch to you.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to watch Gotham and you haven't started, skip season 1.
Skip season 1. Just leave the whole thing. Just wash my hands. There's no character development I need.
Not that you won't understand in the second season. Minus maybe one or two relationships.
Just leave it. It was like it was that bad. Just watch
No,
it.
it really wasn't that. Okay, there were problems, yes. But this season,
The couple episodes I watched had some problems.
they're doing
But I like
so
the big
much.
characters.
They're doing so much different and better. I know some people are like, I don't like the fact that Bruce Wayne's a kid and all these people are that much older than him. I ignore the fact that Bruce Wayne is Batman. If you ignore the fact that you know Bruce Wayne is Batman, the show is 10 times better.
Take the show.
Yes, and I know it's hard to get over that. Yes, Bruce Wayne is Batman. Bruce Wayne is 12, maybe. He's not Batman right now.
He's a kid.
He's a kid.
He's angry.
They're introducing the Court of Owls. They're introducing Wayne backstory from like the 1800s. That's part of the Court of Owls story. They're introducing new characters, and they're kind of gender swapping characters. Firefly. This was just this new episode. They killed the guy that was playing the Joker. That's kind of a spoiler, I guess. But they also have the Dollmaker as a villain in this world that kind of puts people together by parts. So the wonder is if, in theory, they could eventually bring him back. We don't know. But Robin Lloyd Taylor, the guy that plays the Penguin, is great. Ben McKenzie, the guy that plays Jim Gordon, is great. I cannot think of the guy that plays Edward Nygma, but the second season, they're kind of putting him in the forefront a little, and you're seeing his deterioration, and it's very, very good. No spoiler, or I guess it is spoilers. At the end of toward the end of the first season, he kills somebody for the first time. And that's kind of the beginning of the psychosis that takes over. There's like a multiple personality thing they do very, very well. But I mean, some of they get rid of Jada Pinkett Smith for this part of the season. Fish Mooney, I guess, gets killed, but you don't know if she's gone. That's a character they created for the show. But like I said, they do things differently this season, and the show has always been villain based. This season, though, they're calling it the rise of the villains, and it's doing that even kind of better. And I know people are going to be like, the first season could have been called Rise of the Villains. I agree, but there are things that I do like the way they're doing things in season 2. Not everything's good. Not everything will ever be good. Gotham is kind of that sketchy gray area. Speaking of which, this is a city where the sun never shines. It looks like it's going to downpour every single day of every single week of the year. No wonder people go to crime constantly. It is doom and gloom in Gotham City.
It's kind of Gotham in a nutshell.
Oh, I agree. Wow. But I mean, to me, this season, the villains are better than they were in the first season. You don't have a guy that randomly hooks people up to weather balloons and watch them float away.
That didn't happen.
That did happen.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah, that did happen. But they are, and they're, like I said, they're putting in some villains that are the slow play, and I kind of like that. Yeah, so like I said, if you can get around the part where Bruce Wayne is not Batman, but he still is a key part of the story, then I think you're fine. There are a couple of relationships that might confuse you if you start the second season in, but realistically,
you're not gonna miss a lot.
No, I mean, and like I said, in the first season's not that bad. There are interesting aspects, but to me, the second season is head and shoulders above the first.
All right, well, we've definitely gone way over time than we expected, but that's okay. We're Kevin and Justin. Thanks for tuning in to Cover to Credits.
Like, subscribe. Let us know if you watch any of these shows, if you like them. If you don't like them, tell us why. We kind of like to know, just because it's an interesting conversation to have. Share, subscribe, and until next time.
Thank you for staying until after the credits.